Next, we're going to work this business by setting short-term weekly goals. And this is one of the secrets of this industry that I've learned over the years. People cannot set goals a month out or 2 months out or 3 months out. Yes, you do set a long-term goal. The problem is building a network marketing company is like eating an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying before, but what does that really mean? Well, you have this big elephant, you're like, man, where am I going to eat this? There's no way. Well, you know what you do? You put your head down and one bite at a time. If you're trying to eat the whole elephant at once, if you're trying to say, okay, I want to reach, this rank over here and make this much money, and so in 6 months I'm going to be there, it's going to be very, very tough to do because people do not understand geometric progression. Einstein said, and I'm probably misquoting him, but the most amazing thing that humans have ever invented is compounding interest, which is kind of what we're doing in this business. We're doing something called geometric progression. If you ever heard the example, a penny doubles every day for 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, it's like $5 million or something. Well, after 20 days, it's only like $20. So if you're working this business and you're going to try to build this thing for 30 months and you don't already know the end of the equation, and after 20 months, you're trying to get to be a millionaire. After 20 months, you got $20. You're going to think, well, what is 10 more months going to do for me? There's nothing. It's not even worth continuing on, and they're going to quit. And that's what happens. People don't understand geometric progression. They get in the business and they work it for 6 months or 8 months, and they're like, well, here's all I've achieved in this amount of time. There's no way. It's going to take me 100 years to get to my goal, because people do not understand geometric progression. Our brains can't comprehend it. It's hard for me to even comprehend. I watch these network marketing companies grow, and I just have faith and belief because I've seen it, that it gets to a point and all of a sudden it just explodes. And that's whenever your momentum happens, and that's whenever you start to achieve and make this big money. But the average person who hasn't seen it before doesn't have that belief. So how do we counteract this? Because if you look at, trying to set a long-term goal and trying to go out there and achieve it, people they're going to get discouraged because they're not going to understand that you can work for 14 months and have 50 people, and 4 months later have 500, and 4 months later have 5,000. And if you're at 14 months and you're at 50, you're thinking, how in the world am I ever going to get to 5,000? It's going to take me 100 years. Geometric progression will get you there. So the way that I've learned to combat this is by setting short-term weekly goals in order to have success. You want people winning every single week. You don't want them going for a month and saying, wow, I didn't hit where I wanted to go. You want at the very beginning of the week, and most network marketing companies now are paying weekly. At the beginning of the week, you set a goal of where you want to be at the end of the week. It might be bringing in 2 people. It might be, achieving this much, whatever it is, but it's a short-term goal that is achievable. So you set this short-term goal that is achievable, and you build for it and push all week. When you start to do this, you'll find that when somebody hits that goal for the week, their belief goes up. And now they're going to want to set that one for next week. And what starts to happen is you get a whole team of people who are pushing with their head down, driving every single week to achieve these small short-term goals that they can actually do. And so what happens is people are winning every single week. They're not setting some lofty goal that they can't ever reach. They're winning every single week. And then it also gets people in the habit of working this business every single week. If you set a goal for a month out, what's going to happen is the last week of the month, you're going to go out there and try to, hit whatever that goal is, and it's just not going to work. So you have people working short-term weekly goals. You have them put their head down. We're not going to worry about the big money. Yeah, the big money is going to come, but it's going to come after a lot of work. So they're eating the elephant one bite at a time. They're building. They're having success every single week. They're learning to work their business every single week. It catches on. You'll get people to where they do not want to finish that week out without achieving that goal because they're used to going out there and hitting it. And what happens is they look up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months up down the road, and they're like, wow, look where I am. Look at how big my business is. Look how much success that I'm having. Setting and working short-term weekly goals is absolutely one of the keys to this business.